We live in a world where spending never stops.
Cherie, you're going to need to be tannoying this.
But why do we buy what we buy? And how is our desire to spend manipulated?
Every other company on earth is trying to get you to spend money, and they're putting all their effort into getting you to spend your money on stuff all the time.
I'm Jacques Peretti, and in this series I'm going to investigate the men who've made us spend. I'll discover how products were deliberately made to break so we'd buy more.
Planned obsolescence is an open secret. When I'm talking to professional management people, and they all said, well, we all know this.
How we've been reprogrammed to dispose of our possessions.
I don't think individual advertising campaigns change people's views completely.
Well, why are they still doing it then?
No, they're not still doing it.
Well, they did in 2012. You ran a campaign that said you should leave your sofa on the sidewalk.
And how technology has been used to perfect consumerism, making us constantly hungry for more.
We want the new thing. It's hardwired into our brain to be looking for new stuff. The marketers have figured out how to take advantage of that.
This looks like a concert, but it isn't. It's a lavish promotional video for the launch of a new gaming console, the Xbox One.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the star of the show is a small plastic box costing £450.
Xbox One! Xbox One! Xbox One! Xbox One!
Consumer technology has moved centre stage. This footage shows how it's treated with an awestruck reverence once reserved for A-list celebrity. Except now, it's a console. And Xbox learned about the orchestrated hysteria around a product launch from the masters, Apple. For the past 7 years, people have queued for hours or even days to get their hands on the latest upgrade.
We've been out here 15 days, 2 weeks, and 1 day.
But what drives people to wait in the cold for a new phone? I've come to the Apple store on Regent Street to talk to the very patient man at the front of the queue for the new iPhone 5S.
And what's the 5S going to do that the 5 doesn't do?
Realistically, probably not much. There's a fingerprint scanner, which is very cool.
So you've queued for 3 days to buy a new phone that is not going to do much more than the phone you've got at the moment.
At the end, the walkway is something new that we all want.
Thousands of people are waiting in line.
How long have you guys been waiting?
18 hours.
18 hours. What is it that's so special about having the newest phone, the latest phone?
The rate that they change so quickly, you don't want to be left behind as such, do you?
Why is it so important for you to have the latest phone so quickly?
Because this time they are in different color.
Because it's a different color?
Yep.
That's what's brought you here?
Yep. It's a part of my life at the moment.
It's 1 minute to 8, and the doors of this Apple store are about to open, and close to 3,000 people queuing are going to go in and buy the iPhone 5S. And the allure, the magic of owning that phone, the new phone, is still there. It's like a Hollywood premiere, and all because you can get a phone that's a little faster.
But the flip side of the hysteria for the new is that the new becomes unwanted fast. Yesterday's desired item is tomorrow's piece of trash. This is a waste facility in California, like thousands across the globe. Except this is one with a difference. There are boxes and boxes of shiny, new, unopened technology.
If you look around here, you'll see quite a few brand new products still in their boxes.
Yeah, there's some printers there.
Yeah, brand new, never been opened. Here's a bunch more right here. And
wow,
those are...
They've never been used. So
never
these,
been
all
used.
these are, wow.
Yeah. So those are products that, for one reason or another, they decided that they would rather destroy than try to sell to somebody who might need them.
This cycle of things becoming almost instantaneously obsolete is at the heart of consumerism today. After festivals, sites are strewn with brand new tents used just once. Many of us are happy to spend and discard, and it's this churn of products that supports our whole economy. And the concern is that our economic recovery is being driven once again by consumer spending.
We live in a world of almost limitless consumption, but this didn't happen by accident. The cycle of relentless spending and throwing away was engineered.
But how did this happen? To discover its origins, I've come to Berlin. In the 1920s, manufacturers hit upon an idea that would become fundamental to the consumer economy: artificially limiting the lifespan of a product. It was known as planned obsolescence, making a product that is deliberately designed to break. Planned obsolescence began with one of the most basic consumer products of all: the light bulb. This is the former Osram factory in East Berlin. It hid a secret about light bulb production until the fall of the Berlin Wall.
In the early 1990s, long-forgotten papers were discovered in this factory. They revealed an extraordinary secret deal that would provide the template for the consumer obsolescence we live with today.
In the 1920s, a coordinated decision had been taken by a global cartel of companies to reduce the lifespan of bulbs. It was known as the Phoebus Cartel. The cartel's origins came from the chairman of Osram. His name was William Meinhardt. Meinhardt wanted to standardize and control the way in which light bulbs were manufactured. In 1924, the world's biggest electrical companies hammered out a deal in Geneva. Its aim was to increase profits by fixing prices and production quotas. It would also dictate the length of time a light bulb could last. What's extraordinary is that the rules governing the way the cartel would control production were all written down in minute detail. These papers were discovered by German researcher Helmut Herger.
Helmut, how did you first come by these documents?
Well, I know after the war came down, I knew the Workers' Council people of the light bulb factory. And when the factory closed down, they saved the archive.
This first point is 1, control. The life of general lighting service lamps shall be controlled. Before the Phoebus Cartel existed, how long did a light bulb last?
The light bulbs lasted 2,500 hours.
And after the Phoebus Cartel?
They reduced them down to 1,000 hours.
The bulb that comes off the assembly line today as a filament of pure metallic tungsten that burns white hot for 1,000 hours.
Bulbs that lasted longer burned less brightly. The companies maintain that the 1,000-hour lifespan was a compromise between these two factors, durability and efficiency. Yet the impact on sales was phenomenal. The year the agreement was signed, one lighting company executive wrote, "All manufacturers are committed to our program of standardization. It is expected to double the business of all parties within 5 years."